welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you each into our kitchen this evening where we're going to have fun mixing up or blending a wonderful herbal tea for um, colds, flu, sinusitis, and so on. And it's different from the last tea. It could be used for pneumonia, but it's not going to hit as heavy as the other tea is. So this is a different tea mix using a, a lot of new things. Not so much because I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. It's so easy to make your own medicinal teas that will heal you. So let's get started and have some fun, y'all. Of course, now, as usual, I'm going to be making a large batch because I sell my herbal teas. Now, you can cut the recipe by half, you can cut it by a quarter to make the amount that you need. Just make sure that you follow the amounts that I'm using to cut it by half or by a quarter. And of course, I will have all the ingredients in the description box below the video. So, first off, of course, rubbed goldenrod, just because it's light and fluffy. And you have to watch out when you open them. It will fly everywhere. Now, where's my measuring cup? I moved it. Hold on a minute. Okay, got the old trusty measuring cup. Now, like I said, I'm making a big batch. So I'm going to want, and that's the fun of pressure sealing or vacuum sealing. Sometimes you got to get in there and make it come out of the jar. And with it being rubbed and light and fluffy, I tend to push it down just a little bit. And that's 2 cups of the goldenrod. Now next, of course, the goldenrod's good for fevers, um, congestion. It will dry up sinuses, so be careful. You don't want to take too much; it'll dry them up. You can also, it's also antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral. So big powerhouse healing herb, good for lung congestion. Um, I've had it work for sore throats, many wonderful things. Next on the list is anise hyssop, which I have right here. This is 2 cups of anise hyssop. Now, it has a slight licorice flavor. Oh, that smells good. So, and I have tried, I did rub it to make it smaller and to get a lot of the stems out. And if you have trouble with not dust like dirty dust, but plant material dust, you'll want to wear a mask when mixing this. Anise hyssop, good for sinuses, breaking loose congestion in the nose and your lungs. And a lot of people don't realize that you can also get congestion in your throat. It will break that up too. It also helps relax you some. Very important medicinal herb. Next, a big powerhouse, just like goldenrod, we have stinging nettles. And I have 2 cups of the stinging nettles, and it's mostly all leaves. And once stinging nettles have been dehydrated, I'm getting stems out. Once stinging nettles have been dehydrated, they won't sting you. And they're extremely medicinal, high in vitamins and minerals, something your body needs. It's also a blood purifier, so of course when you get sick, your white blood cells kick in. It's also anti-inflammatory as well. But your white blood cells kick in, and it helps to promote your kidneys to filter your blood very well to get out the white blood cells that have done their job and have died off, because our white blood cells constantly reproduce. Also, it's good for colds, sinuses, flu, and so on, and chest congestion. Many wonderful things stinging nettles for. Now, the next one on the list, now I'm only using a cup and a half because a little bit goes a long, long way. And it's lemongrass. This is a cup and a half of lemongrass. And like I said, a little bit goes a long way. It not only will give you the flavor of lemon, but it's also, it helps calm your nerves, your anxiety. A lot of people get really stressed out when they're sick. It'll help to calm you. It's high in vitamin C. It's high in many vitamins and nutrients, just like the stinging nettle. You want to build your immune system up. Hold on just a minute. Alright, not only does it boost your immune system up, gives you the vitamin C, the nutrients, the wonderful smell of lemons. Now, if you don't have lemongrass, you can substitute dehydrated lemon peel or lemon slices, break them up, and they will work just fine in the tea mix. Whew, I can see the plant dust. Now, as you see, most of my lemon grass is small pieces. Get the bigger ones out, and I'm just going to put them back in my jar. Now, I'll show you what I've done, because those pieces would tear up a tea bag. I don't need a whole lot, so I'm just going to show y'all how I do just a little bit. Because I already have my cup and a half in the bowl. Just put it in your blender or whichever you have to use, food processor will work too. And you're not wanting to powder it, because that can come through your tea ball or your infuser that you use. But you want to get it into smaller pieces and small enough pieces that it won't rip through your tea bag if you end up using tea bags. I already see one big piece there. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good. And this tea works wonders. I can speak from experience. I've used it. And of course, it's going to have a strong lemony taste. Well, not so much taste, but aroma. And like I said, if you don't have lemongrass, of course, everything is dried. If you don't have lemongrass, you can substitute lemon dehydrated, broke up lemon peel or lemon zest, or like I do, dehydrate sliced lemons and just break them up into smaller pieces. Now, that's the basis of the tea mix. The goldenrod, lemongrass, anise, hyssop, stinging nettle. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to add. Oh, can't leave none out. One more thing I'm going to add, but I'm going to add that to the tea bag when I put the tea bags together, because I have found if I try to mix them in with the mixture, they fall to the bottom. And, well, that's not going to help you when you're making your tea bags. Rose hips. And, of course, these are organic rose hips. This is the only thing I did not personally grow or forage for. Sometimes you have to buy things. And I caught these on a big sale, and that's why I have them. And it's like the goldenrod I foraged for. The lemongrass I grew some myself, as well as harvested from the botanic garden. The anise hyssop I harvested some from my garden, plus a lot of it came from the botanic garden. Stinging nettles came from my old house and also from the botanic garden. You can find it. It also grows wild. You can wild harvest it. Alright, tea bags. If you use the tea bags. Whew, hold on a minute. The fine dust from the herbs is getting me. You'll see, if you see that fine dust on the side of the bowl, that's what you have to be careful of if you have problems with fine dust. It's not, like I said, it's not dirty dust, it's plant dust. And believe me, it will get in your nose and tickle like crazy. Alright, now, these tea bags, if you don't know where to get them, I did get them on Amazon. They are unbleached, organic, all natural tea bags. And they have a little drawstring. So what you're going to do is take a good tablespoon of your tea mix. Put it in the bag. I set my bag down for a minute. Everything's clean and sanitized. I'm going to open up the rose hips. Mega dose of vitamin C. Also immune system boosting. I just shake it up in there a little bit. Not too much, because you don't want them coming flying out. Now, what we're going to do is pull slowly, because your tea bag can rip. Slowly pull your tea bag closed, loop over your finger, and all you're doing is tying a simple little knot. And you gently slip that back up against the tea bag, so that will stay closed. And there you have your first medicinal tea bag. I'm going to show you how to do one more, and then I'm going to jar the tea mix up, because it's almost time to take care of Junior. And then later on, I'm going to I'm going to make a half a gallon jar full of already made tea bags. And yes, these are for sale as well. If you're interested in medicinal tea bags, email me. Like I said, good size tablespoon. and a teaspoon of the rose hips. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the tea bag. Okay. Ooh, I was reliving some childhood there. Okay. Yep, I grew up around disco. Okay. And like I said, you just gently pull it closed and tie your knot. Now, and I'm going to put that in a separate um, jar. I'm going to go and close these up. I'm going to get busy. I don't know why I got so many tea bags out. I'm just so used to getting to fill them all up. But that's okay. I'll sit down after I get done taking care of Junior, and I will fill them up. Now what I'm going to do is store this tea mix in a clean, sanitized half-a-gallon jar, hoping I've got enough room that it'll fit. It should. And like I said, you don't have to make this big of a batch. And I'll have the recipe in the description box below the video. And always keep your eye out for bigger pieces of lemongrass. And that way you know how to cut it in half or cut it in quarters to make the amount of tea that you will need for you and your family. Okay, now remember, this is fluffy. So I'm just going to take one of my wooden spoons and push it on down. Oh, I'm going to have plenty of room. And see, there. That way I can show you. See, that's the dust that's aggravating me. But I love it nonetheless. But that's the dust that makes me cough, makes me sneeze. But you know what? I keep going. I don't let it stop me. Let me tell you, this glass mixing bowl is heavy. But I wanted y'all to see what it looked like as it's mixed up. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. It smells so good, and it tastes just as good. Tight fitting lid. Ah, there's my Sharpie. It was trying to hide. And like I said, I do not mix the rose hips in the jar with the tea mix because they will make their way to the very bottom. And you won't get the correct amount per tea bag. Alright, colds, flu, sinus, sinusitis, and chest congestion. Okay. Ah, that's a mouthful there. Okay. Put everything in here. I I gotta get another jar, put the tea bags in. Simple, easy. You can make your own medicinal herbal teas. And you know, especially if you grow them yourself, you wild forage them, you know the area where you foraged it from, it's organic. There's no chemicals, no binders, no fillers. Just natural, homemade goodness. Anybody can make these teas, as long as you have the ingredients. If you don't have the ingredients, research, study, research, take notes, stay away from medical websites, go to herbal websites, find out what a good substitution for that certain herb is. Now, to be honest, to me personally, there's not a good substitution for the goldenrod or the stinging nettle or the rose hips. Now, granted, you could use dried cranberries. I would chop them up into smaller pieces. Simple, easy. You can do it. Now, Lord, let me not forget about dosage amounts. 1 tea bag. You can do it 2 to 3 times a day. Depends on how bad you feel. And put it in a cup. Cover it with just simmering hot water. Put a saucer on top of that so it can steep. It needs to steep for 15 minutes. Once done steeping, pull your tea bag out. Now it's still going to be hot, so don't get burnt. Gently squeeze your tea bag. Got to be careful. Got to do it gently so you don't rip a hole in your tea bag. You can get 2 brewings out of this tea, especially if you use a tablespoon amount per bag. Now, with that being said, you can drink it as is, or I would strongly suggest, especially if you're sick, uh, some local honey within a 50-mile radius of you. One, if it's allergies and sinus, that way you build up immunity to what's around you that's aggravating you. Now, colds and flus, that's cooties you get from other people. You have to be careful who you're around, especially those that go around sick and don't let people know. But simple, easy, you can do this. You have to believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, because if you don't believe you can do it, you'll be your worst enemy and you won't be able to get anything done because you'll never believe in yourself. Simple, easy, homemade, all natural, medicinal that will heal you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Everyone, continue to stock up your pantries with food that will nourish and sustain you. Medicinals that will heal you. Protection of all kinds, and the bare essentials to survive on. Everyone, take care. Stay safe and sound. May you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot. I'll see y'all soon. Love you.